brush, dip it in there, and pick up some of the black.
Okay.
And then, now you might have to have a support here to do this. What you want to do is outline the eye in black.
Okay. Is that almond shape? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
And then get a little more water if you need it. A little more water if you need it to get the eyes shaped up. That's good. Okay. Good gal. She's doing fine.
Okay.
She kept saying all she could do was stick figures. I knew she could do better than that. Not at all. Believe me, the fun and the joy
a very
of
good
creating.
stick figure.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine. All right. Now,
Okay,
if the eyes of the cat are open in dim light, what happens to the pupil? Is it a line or is it a big open?
And dim light is usually bigger, isn't it?
It's bigger because it lets more light in, yes. So what we want to do now is put some a real black ball shape, let's say, in the middle of that brown.
Okay.
That's good.
Just like that.
Yes. Now, a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Because we've got a lot of light here.
We have a lot of, it's a very bright studio. So
yes, it's beautiful.
Oops, one a little bit
okay.
Up. That's kind of big. Okay.
All right, next thing you do is take your brush and wipe it on the rag that's over there. And we're going to take a tiny touch of white. And because the eyes are round, you just try to put a tiny dab of white on the eyes in the same place on both eyes. Oops. Now, you have to have a very light touch to do that. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try that.
Next thing, that gives it a little more expression. Now we're going to go to the nose. And in doing the nose, what color is it usually?
That's usually pink.
All right. For the pink, we need very, very little red. So clean your brush, wipe it on the rag, take a little tiny bit of red and much more white.
Okay.
And then we'll put a little nose in there that looks like a T-bar. It looks like a T-bar like that. Okay. And then a little V shape in the bottom of it.
Okay. Oops,
see, this requires a little bit more control and a little more drawing, obviously, if you want to make it look like a real kitten or a cat. But it goes a step at a time, and before you know it, by putting the lighter colors first, and then the darker colors, and then the fur on it, before you know it, we're going to have a beautiful kitten. All right, that's good enough. Now take some of your black, and just simply make two little tiny nostrils in here, two little nostrils and a V shape.
Okay.
Two little nostrils, a V shape. And then curve to make the cat smile. Oh, good. Go. All right.
There we go.
Okay. Now, what you can do is take the. You could take the brown. I think the brown would be good.
The brown.
And you could make you could make the ears.
Okay.
And you could make a little mark on the side where the ears come in. All right. Do it on both of them. Now this goes very slowly because we're drawing with a paintbrush. It's a lot easier to draw if you were drawing with, if you were just drawing. But in doing the painting, you first started with a rough sketch. Then you do your undercolor, and then you pull it together with a little more drawing. It does take a little time.
Okay.
All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is make I tell you what, before we do anything else, why don't we just go to the fan brush and start making this thing look more like a cat.
Let's do that, because mine looks a little like a bunny rabbit.
All right. Sorry, we can do that too. Now take, let's see, a little bit of the white and a little bit of the yellow ochre, white and ochre.
Okay.
And just pull that in there and go, look, watch. You go up like that.
Oh, okay.
See? And you can make 2 or 3 strokes, that's all. Then you have to come back and fill it in.
So just strokes like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And fill it in. That's right.
That's a great brush.
And how about, yeah, it's good. Then on the other side, you start filling it in and getting hair all around.
Oh,
so
nice.
it starts to look like a pussycat.
Oh, this is great.
It's coming to life now, you see?
Absolutely. This
and
is
just
fantastic.
pull it around the edges like that. And pull it out at the edges and down. Now it may pick up some of the blue, which it probably will. It may turn it a little gray, but it's coming to life.
Oh, absolutely. You know, the brush really makes the difference.
All right, now look, take some of the brown And what you can do is kind of tap, take brown and the white.
Brown and white.
Yeah. And tap some design in the forehead like that. Now, I've used too much brown, so I'm going to use some of the yellow and go back to the white so that it's kept light. See, and you tap some of the darker colors here and there. All right, now here, underneath here, you'll tap so that it separates. You see the chin.
Oh, I see.
See the chin, and just pull it in the direction that the hair of the cat might want to go. And it's coming to life. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it is. All right, take your small brush. I'd like you to fill the ear in.
Okay.
And just fill in with the white and the yellow so that you get the ear right over here filled in some more, and pull it down to about like that so it fattens it up a little bit.
Like that?
That's better.
Okay.
Then go back and take the fan brush again and put the hair in. You see that would be in the ear?
Oh, right.
Just a little bit of the hair in there.
Oh, isn't that great?
Yeah, it shapes itself up. And you can put all different colors. You can put some white all around the cat and get the texture of fur in there. You can put a little chin in, you know, like a white little chin underneath here. It isn't the fact that the cat is a perfect photograph. We don't want that. All we want to do is have the fun of realizing that you it's shaping up now. All right, but here, make it kind of curved like that, and then pull that in.
Okay.
And then move it in the direction that it might go around. You call it the muzzle, right?
Like that, right?
Yeah, and then pull it around like that. Now, in a few minutes, we've done something that is not the easiest thing in the world to do, but to create something that begins to resemble the pussycat. Now, you could, for instance, you could take your small brush, and what we want to do next is make some white right around the eyes like that. Make a white design right around the eyes in here. And then go on both of them and go around there, make it a little flatter because there's different textures all over, and pull the outer edge up so that you get more of the feeling of the cat, you know, almond shape. That's it. That's good.
Like that?
That's good. Then take a little bit of the dark color. I wish we could look at the cat. Oh, look, she's looking at the camera now. Isn't that great?
She's
all right, now
star.
here. Now pull the nose factor in. I made it too dark here. But pull the nose factor down in like this and over, in and then over,
Okay,
so that the nose is shaped up a little bit better. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, take most of the paint off and white and blend that in so that the nose seems to come forward right down to the pink part.
Oh, I see.
See, that shapes it in, doesn't make it so dark. And pull it right down to the pink.
Right to the pink.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Maybe make it a little more brown so it fits her coloring a little bit better. And the
Like that?
well, it could be.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well.
now the chin line curves up like that. And then what we're going to do is take the brown and the black and make some dots, rows of dots. Look, if you looked at the cat, you'd see that
where their whiskers
they have the
are,
whiskers,
right?
yes.
Okay.
So you put those in, and gradually what happens
So right in
is the cat begins to look more like a cat.
Right.
Yeah, make them in rows, little row, tiny little rows. All right. Okay. Now, if you want to, you can just kind of swing. Usually the cat's whiskers, what color are they?
Oh, they're usually white.
They're usually white, but it's hard to get it pure white or anything. So you could just swing some white out from those whiskers. And then here's another little trick of the trade. You can use the wood end of the brush and scratch through them so that they can look more like whiskers. And then put some up in here.
That's
it.
the trick. Okay.
Yeah.
You're teaching me so many wonderful tricks for this.
Well, these are little tips. And if you know in your brain that you can do something creative, and all you need is a start, I call it the Tills technique. We think about it, we ink it in, which we did, and then you link it, and we're putting it together to make it, and that's just coming to look very,
Not
very
so
attractive.
bad. It's better than a stick figure.
All right, now, but you know what I'd like you to do before we go too much further is to soften the top part here. Just use the brush without any paint, and soft blend that so that it doesn't look like it's standing on top like that. And you can see that this is a situation where anything can happen, but the cat is coming to life. And pull it up in here and get both. That's it. Get the colors there, and but now take some of the yellow so that it doesn't look all one color. All right. Okay. Now let me just show you something here. That in a few minutes, what has happened essentially is that your cat has come to life. And can you help me put that
absolutely.
on? Yeah, just push it against there. That'll hold it like that.
There we go.
Yeah, and then I'll put mine on. Now we could go much further, but they are looking like cats, and sometimes if you overdo it, that's no good either. So the whole idea is to enjoy it. But more importantly, if you have an animal in your home, not only can you have fun sketching it, I mean, this was just a quickie lesson just to show you that you can get something out of it, as simple as it is.
And it's fun.
Yeah, it is
really
fun.
A great
It
thing.
really is fun.
I never would have done this.
No, you don't. That's right. Most people are afraid to try something new. But the most important thing I hope you get out of this whole session is the joy that you can have, not only if you own an animal, but in going further and sketching it and getting its moods and all its different feelings that make you much more aware of the animal. And the love that it comes from really depicting it and giving little sketches away. I mean, you're going to take this back to the Humane Society, right?
Yes.
You're going to have a lot of fun with it.
We are going to have fun with it.
And you know what? We actually are going to do something very special. I have taught the blind how to paint and of the lepers in India and all over the place. And we're going to do something really unique. And it's because they believe in it that we're going to take the cats and the dogs and we're going to have them paint. And then you can buy their paintings. So not only can you make your own, but you can have the fun of being instrumental in the development of the Humane Society too. And I do hope that you will do it and that you will call that number that you'll see on your screen and adopt these gorgeous cats and keep them together because they are a family. And thank you very much,
Thank you,
Melanie.
Connie. I really enjoyed it. This was great fun. It really was. I enjoyed it so much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Now you can go even further, but you see, you got a little nice little
Absolutely.
pussycat.
Yeah, absolutely. I never would have done this on my own.
Yeah, but the simple.